What is the difference between being a permanent resident in the United States and a US citizen in the United States? Some people confuse, think that, oh, if I'm a permanent resident, it's over. I don't need to become a full citizen because I do everything like a US citizen. But I want to give you some of the differences so that you can be able to know and possibly make a decision whether you want to continue to be a full permanent resident or to become a citizen of the United States of America. So these are the differences. One is, if you are a permanent resident, you are not allowed to vote in the United States election, especially federal election and the state election. By state, I mean like a governor, all those kind of things. There are states allow people who are not green card, who are not citizens like green card holders to vote into the city council. Some, not all the states. But if you get caught, you have participated and voted into the presidential election, governor, all the type of election in senator, congressmen, congresswomen, you will be deported. They take out the green card and you get deported. There is one Catholic priest in Chicago was deported. There is one grandmother was deported following the 2016 election. They got caught, they voted because they were not US citizens. So sometimes it is the mistake when you go to ask for driving license or ID, or you go to the post office, they tell you, oh, have you registered to vote? You say, oh, no, they will register you. They don't ask you for more details about to prove your citizenship. So, but it's your responsibility to know that an ignorance of the law is not the defense of the law, because the day you become permanent resident, it comes with responsibility. You have to know what are the responsibilities. So number one, you are not allowed to vote. So whatever, how much you like or you hate a certain politician, don't take the action of going to vote because you don't qualify. If you get caught, you'll be having a very severe penalty, deported to your own country. Number two, most of the federal jobs, over 99.9% of the federal jobs require US citizenship. In the state level, some of the jobs you'll be able to work very well without any problem as green card holder. But as federal, majority of the jobs, they require citizenship. So if you want down the road to as a federal employee, whether whatever, you need to become a US citizen. Number three, a permanent resident, if is traveling outside of the United States, cannot live outside the United States for more than 6 months without advance parole notification. So you have to go there, stay 5 months and some few days, then you can come to US, how many days you stay, then you go away. But if you want to stay for more than 6 months, you have to fill the what is called the advance parole form. But a US citizen can go and stay in any other country, even if for 10 years, without asking permission, without having citizenship to be taken away. Number four, if you are a permanent resident, you move from one address to another address, from one apartment to another apartment. Even if it's the same building, you move from apartment A to apartment B, apartment number 7 to apartment number 9. Still, you will be required to change the address either through the website of the immigration, USCIS, or through a call or mail, wherever there is a way, you have to change the address. Failure to change the address within the 10 business days, if you get caught, you'll be deported. But yes, people are not deported just for failure to change the address. But it's a law. I'm just telling you the law. But if you're a US citizen, if you move from one address to another, whether you notify, you don't, because there is no to change in the immigration. You are not supposed to do that as a US citizen. What you do is just to change the post to forward your letters. That's all. Number 5, if you are a permanent resident, you are required by law, wherever you go, to in your wallet to have the ID card. The ID, I mean here, the green card, the actual card you need to have in your pocket. Failure to have, you can be fined or go to jail, or both. But if you are a US citizen, you are not going to be asking, you have to work with your passport. No. But the good thing about the United States, people are not going to ask you, show me your green card. If you don't have, they're not going to fine you for that, but that's the law in that particular way. Number 6, there are crimes if you commit, you might be your green card will be taken away. There are certain type of crimes you might be taken away, take out the green card and be deported if it happens. But if you're a US citizen, no matter what you do, no matter how crazy it is, how severity of the crime it is, they are not going to take out your citizenship. Once you're a citizen, you are forever citizen. So that is another difference. Okay. There are a few other things which are not big deal, but it depends on your own. People talk about freedom of traveling. Yes, if you are a permanent resident, you are allowed to travel and work to any employer within the United States. But if you want to travel outside the United States, remember, as a permanent resident, you are not a US citizen. So if you are Kenyan, if you are from Nigeria, if you're from Ghana, if you're from Tanzania, you want to go to travel to Canada, for instance, or let's say you want to go, let's say, to England, you will be traveling to England as a citizen of Tanzania, though you have green card, so you'll be asking the visa, and they can ask you to go to the interview. They will ask you to show the proof of money, all those kind of things, just like any other Tanzanian, just like any other someone from Liberia, just like any other person from Ghana. But if you are a US citizen, you don't need to have a banking statement or to go to the actual interview. It's just to get into the plane and you put the visa upon arrival in Germany, to Tanzania, you go to England, you go to Australia. You don't need to worry about that. So that is the big difference, especially for those people who want to travel outside the United States, to have that what we call the freedom of movement. So those are some of the differences between being a US citizen and a permanent resident. So it's up to you to see, what do you want to achieve? Do you want to have full citizenship to access things you might not have? Or you just, okay, it's enough, I want to just have permanent resident forever. But you cannot go and just become a citizen and then say, oh, I don't want to become a citizen later, I just want to go down to permanent resident. If you deny your citizenship, it's over everything. So you have to start over. So make sure that you make that decision with a conscience, so that it's fully, once you become a citizen, or otherwise you want to become permanent resident forever,